Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we're going to try out a traditional draft of Bloomburrow. Just kind of popping around, doing different things. Let's enter this with gold, shall we? And because it might take some time to fill up a draft pod, I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording. Alrighty, here we go. Yeah, one of the things about traditional draft is you don't actually get to see who all you're drafting with. Okay, so we get a pack with Repel Calamity in it, or Fabled Passage. I think those are going to be the two main picks. Since we don't know what colors we're going to be yet, I almost think of just taking the Fabled Passage, because that can go into any deck. And it helps fix our mana. Yeah, otherwise this isn't the strongest pack. There's a Long River Lurker and a Brambleguard Veteran here. So we'll take the Fabled Passage, see what comes next. Okay, well, maybe we take the Curious Forager and we go into Squirrels? Or at least attempt to. Because we already passed Repel Calamity. Let's keep passing some white stuff. And we'll take the Forager. And we get past a pack with not a whole lot. There is a mage. Maybe we try this, and maybe we try an Otter deck. I don't know yet. Here's an Alania's Pathmaker. Which I guess we'll take that to go along with our mage. A second one of these mages. Yeah, let's take that. Maybe we can get the Angler back. There's also a Tree Guard duo here. But who knows, maybe we can get an Otter deck working. Okay, all the packs. Yeah, with traditional draft, you don't actually get to see the names of the people you're drafting with. I feel like we used to, and then some sort of glitch or bug happened, and it's just never been repaired. Not sure why. I mean, we still don't end up playing the games against the people we draft with. Man, Intrepid Rabbit. But I'm going to take the Pearl of Wisdom here. We've passed so much white stuff, I think it's a bit too late to go into white. But we are getting otter-related cards, so let's stick with that. All of the packs are here. Alright, there's a Mind Spiral, but here's also Otterball Antics. Yeah, I'm going to take the Antics. And we get a Tempest Angler. Those can get out of hand too. And we're just kind of solidly in an Otter deck. Which is interesting, because I wanted to play one of these. It's an archetype we haven't had yet on the... Is it the only archetype we haven't had yet? We haven't had a good squirrel deck, though. Every time I try to get into squirrels, it ends up falling flat or ends up not being squirrels. Yeah, here I'll take the Dazzling Denial as a nice counterspell. There should be another Pearl of Wisdom coming up. Ah, and there it is. Also the Corpseberry Cultivator wield, too. Also a little bit unusual. If we need a 2-drop, let's take this one. Oh, another Pathmaker. Okay. And we open a Season of the Burrow 2 Mythic Draft. I don't have any of those yet. The rest of this pack is kind of underwhelming anyways, so I'm happy enough picking up a Mythic here. Well, how about another Mythic? Sure, because this Light Shell duo will probably end up wheeling. Don't I have one of these? No, I don't. Lumra. Well, this is another Mythic, but I already have a set of that. That said, I don't know what the pick would be here for Otters. Maybe just the Brew. Maybe we'd pivot somehow. Because Rottenmouth Viper is insane. Here's a Wildfire Howl, a Splash Lasher, a Moose. Heck, maybe... Now here's an interesting point. We got these awesome bomb mythics. I could go into squirrels or black-green, or we stay the course with the otters. I think we're going to stay the course with the otters now. Daring Wave Rider, that'll be the next pick. But I would have to have picked like every single card, every pack would have needed to have something in green or black. And I don't know if we could count on black-green being that open. That said, maybe I was supposed to pick the Splash Lasher instead of the Wildfire Howl in the other pack. I don't know. Well, we wouldn't have much for the black-green deck here. I guess I'll take a Thought Shucker in case we need a 2-drop. Or maybe the Rallier's better. Another Dazzling Denial, sure. Pack 2 has not been phenomenal for us. I think our cards just weren't getting opened. Okay, well, we have Dazzling Denial and we have Alania's Pathmaker. Ah, hey, the Light Shell Duo wheel, just like we said it would. Also, it looks like we could have made a huge pivot into black-green there. Yeah, here's a cash grab that's not supposed to be here. Daggerfang Duo, it's too late to pivot now. Clement. I guess another Wildfire Howl, having this Tempest Angler wheel. Hello. Third Mythic Rare of the draft? Or is it fourth Mythic? Season, Rottenmouth, Lumra, and now Dragonhawk, Fate's Tempest. Well, this is going to be the pick, and it's going into the deck. Oh my gosh, I thought that was a Mythic. But I guess we could have been black-green as well. Getting past the third pick, Camilla and Vine Reap Mentor. But we'll just take the Blooming Blast. Guess we take a Kindle Spark Duo here. Well, here's the Blue-Red Mentor. As we're seeing a bunch of good squirrel stuff. Oh, there's a boar. I guess I can pick the boar. And we pretty much have our deck. We're missing removal pretty badly. I'd like to cut some number of these 4-drops if we could. No, we just get more 4-drops. Light Shell Duo, maybe I take a Pawn Prophet instead. Yeah, Corpseberry Cultivator. We could have went that route. Another Kindle Spark Duo? Sure. There's the Angler. Another Light Shell Duo. Okay, yeah, this is silly. Well, we got 4 mythics in this draft, and a last pick Dray Leader. Yeah, we could have been squirrels. But I also think based on pack 1, we could have been this as well. I cut one of the path makers. And probably the mentor, because I just don't think it's that impressive. And we'll call this a deck of some sorts. 14 creatures, 9 non-creatures. Alright. Oops. Let's make our mythic. I guess we can't. Let's get into our first game, shall we? I don't think we have many sideboard options, though, either. Opponent gets to play first. Well, this is not a good hand. Neither is this. I guess we got to keep 5 here. Well, this isn't going to go well. There's a Warren Elder. And we'll get our blue source. Up against a white-black deck. Who's stuck on 2 lands. Alright. Well, then I'll go attacking. And we'll play our Kindle Spark Duo. Alright, there's a Carrot Cake. Okay, so the top card's got to be a land. Hopefully we draw a land. We do not. I'm fine with that trade. Gets that Warren Elder off the board. Oh, there's a 3rd color. Alright. There's the Camellia. Let's see if we can draw a land this time. There we go. Now our opponent's got land, we've got land. I cannot block this. Cast something. That'll do. Do I go with the boar? I think we go with the Tempest Angler. We'll start growing that thing, because I still have a counter spell here. Camilla comes in again. That's fine. Curious Forager. We'll just do this again. Oh my. Boar. Let's go with the boar. And we'll attack for 8. What all does this thing do? When it enters or attacks, exile top X cards, where X is the number of creatures you control with power 4 or greater. Oh, that's rude. Having that high stride there. Well, we'll have to watch out for that. And there's a head of the homestead for our opponent. So the Camilla's got to be the splash. Alright, let's play Dragonhawk. And opponent has removal for it. Okay. No blocks, we'll take the 3. Might come down to that carrot cake over there gaining 3 life. Daring Wave Rider. That's interesting. No attacks. We'll pass the turn and see what our opponent wants to do from here. Tree Guard Duo for 4, or 5 rather. Yeah, we're gonna have to block that. I mean, this is kind of a close game, except our opponent is effectively at 9 life and not 3. Unless he taps his mana for something else. This was also us mulliganing down to 5. So there was that, too. Thought Stalker Warlock. Alright. You know, one of our howls would be like a perfect draw right now. We could wipe out almost his whole board. Except the Tree Guard do, and then we swing in and win. Till the end of my next turn. Well, let's go ahead and play it. Uh-oh. Alright, so how do we block? To where we don't die. I mean, I suppose we're dead to a rabbit response. Yeah, we would have been dead to that anyways. Alright. I don't think there's anything we really have in the sideboard. We just didn't draw any of the Wildfire Howls. And that would have wiped up our opponent's board quite nicely. But that was a pretty close game considering we mulliganed to 5 while our opponent kept 7. And this time we can be on the play. With a hand that's lacking red or blue. I'm gonna keep it though. Because any third land gives us the Tempest Angler. There we go. Like I said, we've got 9 blue sources with the Fabled Passage in there. That is not a blue source. Sonar Strike for our opponent, sure. Wildfire Howl, I don't really want to play that. At least not right now. That card could have won us the last game. Now I kind of want to play it. There we go. Can I get an island, please? Thank you. I don't want to run my boar into a removal spell, so let's just play the Wave Rider. And I would like to cast the Pearl of Wisdom. Makes our angler bigger. Draws more cards. And let's go attacking. Okay, well there's 5. There's Head of the Homestead. Which that's all fine. Okay. Well, that went significantly better. Oh, we'll keep this one. We can Fabled Passage. We'll get ourselves a red source. There's Warren Elder for our opponent. Okay, opponent has all 3 of his colors, except can't cast any black non-creature spells. But I feel like that's the minority of his deck, if he even has any. It's everyone's favorite Kindle Spark duo. Not gonna block that. We've seen High Stride from our opponent. Alright, Bushy Bodyguard for a 2-2 and a 1-1. I don't know about that. No blocks again. He's also got the buff up on Warren Elder now. Hive Spine Wolverine, that's an issue. I really can't just keep taking all this damage. But I didn't get a lot of ways to deal with opposing creatures. Oh. That one's fine. Downwind Ambusher, that one's fine too. Like, I can do this. But I just absolutely cannot deal with the Wolverine. I needed one of the counter spells up before that. Yeah, we're just gonna lose to this stuff now. Yeah, that's game. Alright, magic in the air. Oh, we get to play first. Well, I don't like taking mulligans on the play. So let's do this, and let's just hope we start getting some of our lands. There we go. Any fourth land will unlock our 4-drops here. Nettle Guard for our opponent. I'm up for a trade here. Well, those are both pretty good ones. We definitely need the other red source for our boar. Okay, well that means there's a combat trick, so we're not going to block. What combat trick could it be, though? Maybe it's just a sonar strike? Oh, there's a third color. Zoraline? Gotta be a sonar strike, right? Yep. That was gonna happen anyways. See if our opponent wants to block. Unsurprisingly, they don't. You're not blocking that, right? Okay. We gotta kill the Zora line. Because that'll just be too much of a problem if left unchecked. As will that. Right Blade Stoat. That's pretty decent, too. Now we're at a little bit of a standstill. Patchwork Banner. Well, the banner's not going to make anything big enough itself. The Stoat is a Weasel's... Oh, they're both soldiers. Okay. That was cool. But this might be a little bit cooler. There's Thistledown players. Now, can we just kill our opponent? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we can. Alrighty. I think our deck is pretty good. Do I want the Hermit? Not really. I think we're pretty good with the 2 Wildfire Howls against the cheap stuff. And we know we have to hold up a Dazzling Denial for the Zora line. Alright, and our opponent is ready for game 2. It's a bit risky, but we've got the Wildfire Howl to keep the early game in check. And now we have a Pearl of Wisdom to draw us more cards, so I'm not super worried about it. Here's a Nettle Guard. There's our boar friend. Yeah, we're gonna be fine. There's Thistledown players. I'm just gonna kill both of these with Wildfire Howl. Just slow them down a little bit. So that was really a 2 for 2 because we let our opponent draw there. Oh, that's not going to be good with counter spells. Okay. There's the Stoat. And it's boar time. Uh-oh, there's black mana. Okay, but there's no Zoraline and there's no Starseer Mentor yet. Did my opponent just throw away that mouse? That's what it seems like. Daring Wave Rider, that'll help. That will help immensely. We just need to not die this turn. Alright. Alright, we've got one more round remaining. Oh, we get into the game right away. Against Peepaw. Or Peepaw. There's too many. I always complain about people not having spaces in their name. This time there's too many spaces in their name. It's like nothing but spaces. Artist talent for our opponent. I'm going to start out with the Otterball Antics. This way, Pearl of Wisdom can be active next turn, so we can get our third land in case we don't draw it. It's another red-white deck. And we found our third land, so that is a good thing. There's a Nettle Guard for our opponent. The most mana efficient thing to do is the Tempest Angler. Or the Kindle Spark duo. I like the duo. I guess I'll play the Rallier, though. And I'll just offer to trade this with anything. What does this thing do? Cast a creature, you may discard a card to draw. Non-creatures cost one less. Source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent. Deals that much damage plus 2. Okay. Oh, that's right, that's going to be a 4/4 after being targeted. Well, we're just going to have issues. Discarding another Nettle Guard. I don't know if I should try to race here. Maybe I should. Just give this thing haste. And as much as I love drawing cards, do I have time for that? Let's see what our opponent does. Our opponent's playing some cards that I don't think are the greatest. So I'm going to start discarding Intrepid Rabbit to draw a card? Okay. Okay, opponent is down to 7. We just have a stash of cards in hand. Alright, Manifold Mouse, that's a pretty good one. Going for double strike, of course. Alright, is there a way we win this turn? This is 3, 4, 5. I don't have a way of bouncing that. I'm going to play the Daring Wave Rider, though. And we're going to do Otter Ball Antics, I think. Just to make sure we have enough creatures in play to not die. I could tap this, give this haste. Or my opponent can just concede. That works too. I do think with all the Nettle Guards, I would like to play the Hermit. Probably over a Dazzling Denial. Dazzling Denial is just going to be kind of not great on the draw. Let's do it like that. Oh. Okay. I guess it was a one-round victory. Would I have kept this hand? Probably, because we have 3 castable cards here. Though I don't know if I would play this right away, but we could play out the Angler. Based on what we saw, we could Wildfire Howl, kill most of his board while keeping our Angler. Well, this draft did go a little bit better than the last couple have been going. So maybe I'll do more traditional drafts. We get 1,000 gems back and 3 packs. So go ahead and claim that. And for now, I'll take my leave.